Austin, what's the best thing you ate this summer?
Got to go home a couple of times and get out to Cali a couple of times to train. I'll say some pretty good steaks, little surf and turf here and there.
So you like a medium rare?
Medium rare all day long, yes sir.
He's from Texas, he knows.
Thank you.
How long did it take you to shoot off all those fireworks that were posted up on that deck?
I mean, a couple minutes, probably 30-minute show we do every year for Memorial Day. So it was a fun time to get with the family and celebrate Memorial Day.
What's your thoughts heading into the season? I mean, camp starts up this week, and kind of the final 4 weeks before the season begins. Where's your head at right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole team's coming off this break really excited. Today walk through, I think everyone was locked in and we're excited to get going. In a long fall camp, so keeping guys healthy and getting ready for this season.
When you kind of have a group of guys here that doesn't have a defined starter, how do you learn from each other kind of in this process of finding the starter?
For us, I mean, it's just competing. Like every day, we're always trying to help each other out, learn different things from each other, because everyone kind of brings something different to the table, and then go out there and practice and just compete.
What do you bring?
Being an older guy, I think helping the younger guys and like just that leadership role to the young wideouts, the young QBs, everyone, O-line, being able to lead.
What were some of the things you did between spring ball and right now? In terms of on-the-field stuff or just trying to get better?
Yeah, I mean, for me, just getting with the guys in these summer workouts, it's all player-led stuff. So we're out there, getting our route details with the receivers, getting protections right with our O-line, stuff like that. Just kind of cleaning up little things, player to player, while the coaches are on vacation. You can kind of get things right and get on the same page.
Getting some space from it now, just what do you think about your performance in the spring game? There were people who were impressed, so what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was solid. I think, each year just that progression. And I think I've been able to take steps each year in the right direction. And so, I was happy with it, and then we're just going to keep on growing in the fall camp.
Is it a challenge at all to, manage the way you're thinking day to day when you're in a competition this year as opposed to last year? Is there any change mentally in terms of how you're approaching things?
I mean, like Coach Lanning says, just one day at a time, get that 1% better. That's how we kind of view it as a QB room. And then, like I said, like Coach Stein pushes us each and every day within that room and, on the offensive side to just get better each day and focus on one day at a time.
What's your process maybe on a day that doesn't go very well? How do you talk yourself through it or work your way through that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just like you can't hang on that one bad play. There's going to be bad plays, so it's kind of how fast can you reset and get to the next one.
You've been behind a couple of really experienced guys here. Like, what do you pick up from them off the field?
Yeah, I mean, I always tell people just the preparation that both of them had, Bo and Dylan. I think the way that they prepared each and every game, there was never a doubt going into a game that we were underprepared. And so I think seeing that, 2 years, they played at a high level, and I think that's kind of what helped them.
If you're looking for advice outside of this Oregon orbit, who do you usually go to?
I mean, I think it starts with, your loved ones, your family, and I think that's who I kind of go to. They're right there by you, and they're people with, your best interests, so go to them.
Talking about just the chemistry that you guys have in the locker room, especially with skilled players, when you bring in some new faces, what's the chemistry like and how are you guys looking to build on that over in the fall camp?
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of young guys come in each year, and I think the biggest thing is kind of the jump from high school to, the college level and the pace of the game. And so helping those guys out, like I said, through the summer and then even in spring ball, just kind of getting their feet wet, getting in with some older guys and kind of helping them out is the big process for us.
What were the emotions around the team like when the Evan news came out, and kind of maybe were there voices that kind of stepped in to help in the aftermath to ensure everybody understood everything was going to be okay?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was kind of, everyone took it, and then I think it was just kind of like the next man up mentality, and so, we got to move on from it and, be ready to go.
I know in the spring you worked a little bit with Bo. Have you still been talking with him a little bit ahead of fall camp, and has he given you any advice going into this season?
Yeah, I mean, stay in touch with Bo all the time. It's kind of getting both of our busy seasons, so the communication has kind of died a little bit, just letting him do his thing and letting me do mine, and then we'll kind of, connect after the season and whatnot.
Yeah, and then how confident do you feel going into this season in yourself and then in the team as a whole, and where does that confidence come from?
I think confidence just comes from, the spring and summer, being with those guys and, like I said, cleaning up the little details so that come fall camp, it's plays that we've ran, and, we've been through it and trust each other.
On a comfort level, when Will's been here for 3 years, like, what's it like to be able to have an offensive coordinator that much and for that amount of time? And how's it like in your development here?
Yeah, I feel lucky because at this day and age, a lot of guys have coordinator changes or head coaching changes, and so having the same guy, for these 3 years, we've been able to kind of add new things each year and kind of tweak things that we want. And so now I feel like, year 3, it's kind of what he wanted coming in. He's gotten to kind of tweak everything to his liking, and we're feeling really confident coming into this year.
What stands out about KJ so far?
I think just his size and the person he is. Like, he's a great dude, and coming in at, I don't even know, 6'6", 6'7", whatever he is, 230. He's a big kid. He stands out for sure. So I think he's going to be a great guy.
As a competitor, what do you enjoy the most?
Winning. Like we talked about it last night as a QB room, like to play quarterback at Oregon, you have to be a competitor, whether that's playing chess with your grandma or, on the field, like you got to want to win. And I think we all have that in the room. So having everyone's competitiveness on the practice field at one time, it brings the best out of everyone.
Anything specifically that gets a fire underneath you?
Yeah, that first L that you take, it really gets me going. Like if I lose in something, I want a rematch right after.
What is your outlet off?
I would say up here at golf. Like to get on the golf course and get out with the boys. We get out with the QBs every once in a while and play, so it's fun.
Who's the best golf game in the QB room?
Ooh, Dante's getting into it. He's improved a lot since he started, so that's been fun to get him out there. But me, Brock, Ryder, we all get out a bunch and play.
What to get out of the Manning Academies?
That was one of the best experiences, just getting to learn from some of the best, and then being around all the quarterbacks in the country, sharing stories and meeting guys that you see on TV all the time but have never put a face to their name. And so it was a great week coaching little kids and getting them better, as well as yourself getting better from some of the best.
How much did you get to pick brains with Peyton and Eli?
A lot. We had a meeting with just the quarterbacks and the Mannings, and so getting to kind of ask different questions about how they went about their careers was super cool.
Talk about working with kids. Do you get better by teaching?
Yeah, I think it's it's things that you tell these kids that you once heard that maybe helped you, and you always remember being that age and hearing an older guy or someone professional come and help you. So I think it means a lot to those kids, and it definitely helps me just kind of learning how to coach other people.
There's so many there's such a high expectation for this offense this year, but there's so many unknowns in this offense, whether it be who's going to be starting at quarterback. There's a lot of new faces on the O-line, a lot of new faces in the wide receiver room, new faces with the running backs. Just what is it like for you to have such high expectations, but also so many questions of how this is all going to shake out on the field?
Yeah, I think it's just the excitement, because we have so many guys, that may not have the experience, but within the organization, we know the talent that we have, and I think it's going to be a stage this year for a lot of younger guys to come out and show everyone the same consistent offense, but just newer faces.
Coach Landry mentioned last year that, you know, one of the big topics last season was were you guys tough enough to be in the Big Ten? After the season you guys had with the Big Ten championship going into this season, do you guys feel that the target's now on your guys' back and that you guys are sort of the big dog of the Big Ten?
Yeah, I think Coach Lanning does a good job of just, you know, our preparation each week like stays the same. We don't listen to the outside noise. We just worry about ourselves and prepare the same and kind of let everyone else play us how they want. But we're just going to be the same team each and every week, and I think he does a good job of that.